It's a pleasure to be here today with you and to present you our company. So we are a flight school based in Oregon on the west coast of the United States. And I wanted to give you this brief introduction here. So my plan is to walk you a little bit about our company, give you an overview like what we are doing, the training programs, what we have, how is the admissions process, and a little bit what are the differences, like if you go to a flight school here in Europe compared to the United States. Let's start with a little video so you get an imagine.
In the heart of Oregon, where endless skies meet rugged mountains, your path to the skies begins at Hillsboro Aero Academy. Here, a passion for aviation transforms into reality. Our students are equipped with the skills and confidence to navigate their training on the ground and in the air. Guided by instructors who were once students themselves, our academy is a place of growth, mentorship, and community. Our in-house maintenance team ensures every aircraft is inspected and maintained to the highest standards. With their expertise, we strive to offer a safe and well-structured training environment for every student with a reliable training fleet and immersive hands-on instruction. We create dynamic experiences that make every flight an impactful learning environment. From the classroom to the cockpit, we blend knowledge and skill, delivering a comprehensive aviation education that empowers you in every flight during your pilot career training. The moment you step onto campus, you'll recognize that you're joining more than just a flight school. You're becoming part of a global community of aspiring pilots from all corners of the world, united by their passion for aviation. Ready to take flight? The journey to your future starts here. At Hillsboro Aero Academy.
Okay, so this is the brief introduction to give you a first impression about our flight school, about our location where we are based at. And in terms of some information about our company, it was established in 1980. So we have been doing professional flight training since over 45 years now. Our current fleet is above 100 aircraft, so we are one of the largest flight schools over there. And we conduct not only fixed-wing training, but also helicopter training. Our average student intake per year is around 650 that are training on our locations. And we fly around 85,000 flight hours of instruction every year. So this is a quite huge number. We have 3 locations. So when you ask Oregon, where is that located? You can see on the map on the right top corner, you have Seattle, and it's the state of Washington, and underneath you have the state of Oregon. And we have 3 locations. One is Hillsboro, where the company is founded. So there we do airplane training. We have another one in Redmond, what is more into the central Oregon. That is also for airplane training. And Troutdale is our helicopter campus, where we do only helicopter training. In terms of aircraft fleet, we use the Cessna 152 and 172. And when it comes to the multi-engine training, we have the Piper Seminole and Piper Seneca. For the helicopters, we use the Robinson. So the R-22, it's a 2-seater. It's an ideal training aircraft. But we also have the R-44, what's a little bit larger in terms of cabin size and has a higher performance. So when it comes in terms to the flight environment, in terms of the geographic location, it's very similar to Europe. So we have the 4 seasons of the year. So at the moment, it's also like winter time. The weather's not ideal. But it's great for the pilots to get all this type of weather experience. And yes, you have seen on the map before, we are close to the Pacific Ocean. We have green valleys, but we also have the Cascade mountain ranges. So you see all in the pictures here, like this is Mount Hood. So you get exposed to not only different weather conditions, but also to different flight environments and terrains. So for you as a pilot, especially like if you're interested in helicopter pilot, this is like very important that you get all this knowledge about different conditions, and when you do your flight analysis and your sessions, like when it's good, like when it's good conditions and when there is how to mitigate them, or maybe when you have to cancel even a flight. In terms of certifications, you will see here on the bottom line, these are the civil aviation approvals, what we hold. So we are based in the United States. We are an approved Part 141 pilot school, so we are under the FAA rules. But we also, and that's one of the reasons why we are here, we have an approval by the European EASA. So if you do the training with us, you get not only the FAA licenses, but the EASA at the same time in a simultaneous program. And you can see we're also approved by Vietnam, by CAAC of China. We just got an approval from Nepal for helicopter training. So this is due to some specific customers what we have and what we have these requirements. And at the bottom, these are accreditations. So this makes us stand out a little bit than other flight schools. So you have a lot of flight schools in the US, and less than 1% are accredited as an institute of higher learning. That's like a college or a university. And I will talk later a little bit more about it, but basically for you as a student means you are eligible for the F1 student visa type. In terms of diversity, our student body, like from these 650 students, what I mentioned at the beginning, it's very international environment. So we have the individual students like you that just have the dream to become a pilot and sign up and come to us. And we also have program students, so you, like in the presentation before, when you have students that are related somehow to an airline or to a helicopter operator, and they come to us and train. We have these visa options, like mentions the F1. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this later, but this is something what is quite special and unique to us. Features of our school, we do all our maintenance in-house, so we are what is called a repair station, a Part 145 repair station approved by the FAA. And we do all the maintenance on our fleet by ourselves. We don't give aircrafts out to third parties, or we get any other aircrafts like to do maintenance and do this as a business. So it is really, the objective is like to control the quality and of our fleet, like on the maintenance, and also to assure the availability. We also just recently started a maintenance school. So for the people like you want to become a pilot, you can also get like a certified technician with us. And in terms of safety, we opted for implementing an SMS system. So SMS is a safety management system, what you will find in any other airline. But for flight schools, it's not mandatory, it's optional. So we have been doing this for over decades, and we have reached by now what is called a stage 3 from the Hillsboro, what's an independent auditor. So we get audited on our safety system, and we have reached this highest level. And in terms of program management, we have quite some sophisticated software developed where we track the students where they are in their training progress, and also to control our own operations. Here you can see on the slide some of our airline customers. So the biggest customer that we have currently is Alaska Airlines. It's one of the top 10 airlines in the United States. They're based in Seattle. I believe at the moment we have around 170 cadets training with us. And you can see we train for Korean Air, Japan Airlines, Vietjet, and Aero Toyota in Japan. Here's some helicopter customers what we have. So if you see these names, these are major helicopter operators worldwide. So they do medical, emergency, search and rescue operations, oil and gas, wind farms, governmental agencies, and so on. So this is really a large portfolio what we have for helicopter partners. Coming to the visa options, so you will find that all the flight schools basically in the United States, they can offer you what is called an M1 visa. So this is when you want to do training only. It's normally limited to a duration of 12 months. And so you could maybe get up to your commercial certificate, but then you have to return home. The F1 visa allows you, it's more flexible and it allows you what is called practical training. So what is this practical training? It gives you the opportunity, once you finish your coursework and you graduate, to stay in the United States and work as a pilot for 2 years. So if you are interested in expanding this US experience and work as a flight instructor, build up flight experience and lock more time, this is a great opportunity to do so. So specifically, for example, if you're interested in helicopter training, this is something what is really important, because if you want to work in Europe here, you do your training program, you finish up with 200, 250 hours, but the first job requires you to have 800 hours or more of experience. And then you have this huge gap, how to bridge that. It is something what is optional, so it's not mandatory to do it, but it gives you this flexibility if you want to do that. And after these 2 years of time, normally you will end up to have around 1,200, 1,500 hours of time locked in your book. So whenever you want to apply it at any airline here in Europe, it will be an opportunity and makes you stand out with other candidates. So this is a little bit how our program is structured. You can do, if you wish, only FAA training with us, but most of the European students, of course, they do our combined program. And the combined program really provides you that you walk away at the end with an FAA commercial license and an EASA commercial license. In contrast to many European schools, what we do is what is called a modular training. So that means you really do coursework first. You get a private pilot course, you take the exam, you get a license for that. You do your instrument rating, then the commercial license. So this roughly takes you around a year. If you decide, you can do also the instructor ratings. So you have the CFI, the II, and the MEI for multi-engine instructions. This would be another 6 months. So it will, like the average program duration, I would say, is around 1.5 years. And then you could still have these 2 years of the F1 visa, like for the practical training and work as a flight instructor. You can see some price estimates below and some hours what are corresponding to that. And if you ask, like, what do you need to start at our school? So we are an open school system. We are not like a university, you know, where you apply and you get selected and you have to fulfill a lot of academic criteria. So basically, you need to do your application online on our website. You need to upload some documentation, high school diploma, a passport, and a proof of funding, what you need to show afterwards when you apply for the US student visa. This is like a government requirement. They want to see that you can fund your training, and then based on this, you are eligible for the student visa. A little bit more about the location, Oregon. So like I said, it's more or less the same latitude here than Europe. So we have the 4 seasons of the year. As you had seen on the map, we have the coast, we have the mountains, we have a lot of forests. In the mountains, you can go skiing now at this time of year. So any outdoor activity, what you're interested in, it's a great place to be. And also Portland is the biggest city there. It has a little bit less than 1 million citizens. So it is a decent-sized city, but it's not one of these major cities in the US where you have millions and millions of people. So it's a very nice city in that sense that you have a lot of offerings, but still at a very decent size. In terms of student experience, besides being such a big school and having quite a large number of students, we still put a lot of emphasis of building a strong community within the students. So we, for example, in summertime, we have a lot of extracurricular activities. We do monthly barbecues where the people gather and spend some time and really connect. And what we learned is, like, many times, it's a very important period of time in your life when you get your license and go through the training program. And many friendships are built during this period of time. And these people, you will maybe stay connected during your whole lifetime and as your professional career as a pilot. If you are doubting about all these process about visas and all the formal requirements. We have an admissions team what helps you go all through this administrative process, what you need to do. We have a student support service team. So whatever you need, what is not directly flight training related, we have people on campus that help you out when it comes to the housing, to if you want to need to see a doctor, whatever. It's like we have people that support you in every aspect. We provide transportation, so when you arrive, we pick you up at the airport, bring you to the student housing, and at the same time, like when you finish, like we drop you off. And we also do offer accommodation, so we have student housing available close to our campus. It is optional if you want to do it. There's an opportunity like to have a place to arrive. And what is a bit the difference flying in the US compared here to Europe? Basically, it's the aviation, the whole ecosystem. It's a huge aviation market. You have over 5,000 public airports. So whenever you do your flight training, you do a cross-country flight, there are many opportunities where you can land. It's a well-regulated, but very flexible system. It's a very pilot-friendly. And there are many flight schools. So for example, if you opt into this pathway where you want to become a flight instructor and build up your experience, you have over 1,000 flight schools. So you can work at our flight school, and if there's not an opportunity at the moment, or you prefer to go somewhere else, you have a lot of options. Other advantages, so there are no landing fees. So like depending on which airport you're going to train here in Europe, you have, for each landing what you do, you have to pay a fee to the airport. In the US, it doesn't exist. So it's a little bit more cost-friendly in that sense. And another specific thing in the state of Oregon, you don't have any sales tax. So you can, like on anything what you buy in the supermarket, there's no sales tax. And as mentioned before, the F1 visa provides this opportunity of practical training. And less than 1% of all the flight schools are allowed or accredited and able to provide this visa. And it's a great opportunity to either use it in full for this full 2 years, or you can also use it for a shorter period of time. Maybe send out your CVs, and whenever you get a positive response, you can always return to Europe whenever you want. And this is, from my end, the little introduction to our company. I thank you very much for your time and attention. It was a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you, Axel. We have 2 minutes left, and we have a few questions here.
Okay, go ahead.
So one is a little bit more provocative question. It's about almost every modern flight school is equipped with glass cockpit.
Yeah.
Why would we choose for a school with very old six-pack fleet?
Yeah, this is a good question. So with us, we have everything. So one thing is like the glass cockpit is something what is, of course, the most modern technology and what you're going to see in the big airlines. But if you start your flight training, the question is why you want to do a training in such advanced aircraft, because it also comes with the price tag, because you pay for that. On our end, what we have the very traditional six-pack, but we also have the glass cockpit. So we walk you through, depending on which training stage you're going to switch the aircraft and you see different cockpit layouts. So you start on an analog six-pack traditional cockpit, but later on you also can go to the G1000 glass cockpit, what's the most advanced what we have in our fleet.
What's the opportunity after 2 years work under F1 visa?
So the F1 visa allows you basically to build up time, and when you finish, this is what you have in your logbook. So whenever you apply for a position, is it in Europe or in the US, you will stand out because you have a lot of experience compared to other students or graduates that just have, let's say, 200 in your logbook. And in terms of opportunities, so because you have FAA CPL license and EASA license, basically you have a world of opportunities. You could apply basically at any airline. You're not bonded to any airline for the next 5 or 10 years to pay back your credit. So you're open and flexible to do whatever you want, basically.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Axel Schmitz.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you can find Hillsboro Aero Academy D9, correct? D9 is your
yeah,
stand.
D9. We are so
D9.
on D9.
Okay.
Okay.
For many more questions, please go to D9. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.